Melissa, I'm just getting out of work. So, you ever want to go tell someone to go F themselves? I do. And I say this with a good reason because I don't usually swear, like I said, unless I'm really ticked off, which I am right now. I was watching this guy on live action. It's on my community post. You can look at it. And this guy is literally falling apart because his daughter was killed. His daughter was killed. He tells the story of how um, him and this girl met at a bar. They had a great future together. He talks about how amazing it was when she got pregnant. And he saw the test of her pregnancy and he gave her a call and just kind of waited because he wanted to know what her thoughts were on it. And she had said something like, I can't do this. I'm not ready. And he had said, it's okay. It's all right. He understood how she felt. And they left the phone, the conversation open-ended. And it was kind of like, um, he just left it and gave her some time. And then they talked again. And she's like, I'm so ticked off at you. I want to know what you want to do. Just tell me what you want. He's like, I want to keep the baby. We're keeping the baby. So he made a decision. And then the next time he talked to her, he couldn't get a hold of her. And he's like, what's going on? Is our baby okay? And is our baby alive? And she's like, no. Is our baby dead? Yes. So you can look at the video over there. So, this man was just told constantly when he looked online, it's her choice, it's her choice. And he did not have a choice, and he was totally silenced. So this man, I think it's a great testimony. He is looking for the body of his daughter. And so this Planned Parenthood did a fetal, they used the body for experimentation of his daughter. And he is ticked off, and he was asked, what would you say to the people who killed your daughter? What would you say? And he's like, I guess the mother didn't know she had a choice in about whether she should have, gave the baby, the body up for medical reasons, for research. And he's just like, more important than saying, how can you live with yourself? How can you sleep at night? He wanted to know what color his daughter's eyes were. He wanted to know what his daughter looked like. This was at 20 weeks along. And his verbiage was correct. I mean, this is not just tissue. This is a person that we're talking about, a person, his own daughter. He said once he heard the heartbeat, which was music to his ears, him and his life ended, and it was about him and his daughter. So he has given a lot of weight to the correct vocabulary, and it's just amazing. He's like, I'm not going to let this go. I am not going to forget my daughter. You don't just go and kill somebody and forget about somebody, right? So he's going to have a funeral for her. He's going to find where her body parts are, okay? And, I just had someone on my comment section here today giving me heck saying, oh, well, you just can't take that, some people don't agree with you. I'm like, have you seen me compromise? I haven't. And I said, the difference is you're on my turf here, on my channel, coming on my channel and telling me that you don't agree with it or that you have a free will. I'm not on your channel. And they're like, well, that's because I don't have a channel telling everyone all about my whole life. This is not just about my whole life, okay? There's a lot that I haven't said. This is about abortion, and it's about fighting for the innocent babies who have done nothing wrong, and to use your free will and to be like, oh, I have the freedom to do whatever I want with my body. First of all, it's not your body, it's the baby's body, and nobody has a right to do whatever they want with another person's body. We're living in a day and age where people are like, this is my body and I have the right to, the Me Too movement and everything, and I have a right to do whatever I want. And yet we don't give babies, females, female babies the right to do what they want, right? We stifle their voice and we do not give babies a voice. And scripture is very clear to stand up for the innocent, the ones that are going to the slaughter, to stand up for them. So to use that philosophy when we're talking about murder, that I have free will, God never, ever, ever gave someone free will to be like, yeah, it's okay to kill. You know what I mean? Yeah, people have a free will to murder. And usually what happens, right? They have consequences, you know? Go back to Cain and Abel, all right? Cain and Abel, Cain killed his brother, right? And his blood was, the blood cried out from the ground for justice, okay? And he was a vagabond and he was totally, cast away from society, and he had a whole lifetime of consequences for that. And, he was like, God, this is too much for me. It's too much. And he put a mark on him and said, whoever, messes with Cain will have to deal with me. So nobody wanted to touch him because they knew God was dealing with him. So, that was murder. So why do we think that it's okay to kill babies, right? It's the most sickest thing, because a baby should be safe. And we know, we don't always have safe homes where we live, right? We live in apartment buildings and they're not safe. But the womb should be the safest place for anybody. It should be the safest place. And when you get some idiot on my YouTube channel and I want to go tell him basically to go F himself or her, it sounds like it's family. It's like, how would you feel if your son or daughter was killed? How would you feel, right? Let's look at that. Let's have your son or daughter killed, and then you say how you feel after that. So, there's the free will of saying, okay, you can live with, somebody doing this to you too, and see how it feels. So, somebody, I don't understand how this is so difficult for people. This person's like, I have free will. Well, what if someone came up to you and said, I have free will to rip your arms off and to kill you right now? Would you really want that done? No. So, so this is really sad, and this father is heartbroken, and he just had no voice at all, and I think he was going to keep the baby even if she didn't want to. And these women still need to be loved, okay? They are deceived. Nobody goes into Planned Parenthood thinking, I'm going to have my baby killed. They're like, no, it's just tissue, and let us lie to you and tell you anything you want to hear so that you don't have to be pregnant anymore. And I was just thinking today of the emotion I had with my boyfriend, right? I trusted him. I trusted him to take care of the condom. And I could not get out of that emotion of being so angry with feeling tricked by him. So there's so much there. And the better thing, which should have been done, was I should have been able to talk to him. I should have been able to go to him and be left with him. And my mother just took over. But I should have been able to be left alone. And for me and him to talk. And for us to come together and say, hey, we have a pregnancy. What are we supposed to do? Let's figure out how we can do this. And I am sure, I'm like 100% sure, if I had the time to heal with him, and if he was like, I'm so sorry that, he was already feeling bad that the condom broke. But if he would have been like, you know what, I'm so sorry. And if he would have taken responsibility and been like, you know what, Melissa, I love you and I'm sorry. And I goofed up, and let's do this or let's do that, just me and him alone, I think we would have got through it. I honestly do. And, we had no time. My mother got into the picture. She took over. I was in trouble, and it would have been nice if I could have talked to him by myself. So, I think the best thing is for the couples to get counsel together, to talk and to get some counsel. Planned Parenthood quickly takes in woman, and the woman is the one usually who's deceived, right? Not the man. So she, it's not always that way, but a lot of times. So Planned Parenthood just takes them in. They need to be shut down. They don't give any counsel to both of them. They take away the father's rights, and it's just sickening. It is sickening to see what they do for some money. Just for $300, just for what? What's $300, $500, even $1,000? What is that? What do you buy with blood money, So we need to keep on fighting, guys, and we need to battle this and help women to know the truth, that when they are in a desperate situation, they have other people who can help them. So we need to keep on trucking and keep on helping. And I did call a pregnancy center today, and they're like, yes, we would talk to her, we'd offer counsel, we would tell her she's not alone, that we are going to walk through this with her. And that's exactly what we need, guys. We need people to help women, not destroy them. And don't vote for Kamala. I am telling you, do not vote for that woman. I heard the TV in the background today, and I'm like, what the heck? That sounds like Kamala. Sure enough, she was going on and on about reproductive rights, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding. And this was right before the Olympics, and I'm like, watching the Olympics for a minute, the volleyball, and I'm like, so is this what the future is for women? No more children. Let's just all, walk around in our underwear with a ball and play sports and not value motherhood. Let's just value, and I'm not putting down sports in of itself. I played basketball, I played soccer, but is this the future of grown women? I mean, I was a kid when I played this stuff, right? Is this the future of grown women just running around in our underwear and being, playing sports and making money? Where are the mothers? Where are the mothers? We want more women to be mothers, guys. Okay, thanks for joining me.